So, where the hell did fireworks come from? The saying goes around 800 BC, a guy in China basically just threw bamboo at fire and it made this loud popping sound. Now, this happened because bamboo has air in it. So when the heat was inside the bamboo, it made it explode and pop. They used this to scare away wild animals. Then centuries later, they created gunpowder. I find this part funny just because they said that they were very clever when creating it, but in reality, they actually didn't know what they were doing when creating it. And some of these articles actually say they didn't know what they were doing either, so I just find that pretty funny. It's a funny detail. So they decided to take this gunpowder that they made and put it in the bamboos or like paper tubes to ward off spirits. By the 12th century, that in China, people were making fireworks, so the Italians decided, what if we have that but just add color? So there are a couple options on how to do this, because there are different colors that you can make on fireworks, which is what they discovered, because they're like using powders out of different materials, which is like a couple of these, like red, green, blue, and yellow. And then later the US used them on the 4th of July, the first one, and then later down the line they started becoming a signature thing for just big celebrations like New Year's, for example. But fireworks were also used as weapons a few times before, and I think there is similar chemistry with flares and fireworks, since they both emit light and the flare kind of lasts longer than a firework. A little later into the year, that's kind of current right now, is people are starting to not use as many fireworks because of the environment. They're trying to find solutions to make it better, which is like creating eco-friendly fireworks or using drone shows for these exciting events. In case you guys were wondering what the anatomy of a firework is, well, here it is. So basically, if you want to create a specific shape or have colors in it, you have to create these little spheres, or I would call them firework stars. But basically, you put on these little spheres that contain all these little elements that change it into a certain color, like mentioned before. And because fireworks explode, these would explode outward and create like a big shape. So that's how people would make different types and colors of these different fireworks. Exploring the history of fireworks was pretty interesting, considering most of it has been like experimenting or basically accidents that they didn't mean to create, but just ended up creating something this significant. I guess you could say it's a little exciting to know where these things came from, but that's pretty much it. I had fun exploring this topic, and I hope it was really fun for you as well.